Have you ever wished you could take a massive movie theater screen wherever you go? Imagine carrying a movie theater in your backpack. One that you could pull out whenever you want, but doesn't take you out of the world around you. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's exactly what the Goovis Art HMD promises. But does it actually live up to the hype, or is it just another gimmick? Well, let's find out. Now, Goovis did send me the Goovis Art to review, but that's not going to affect my opinion at all. You're gonna get an upfront, completely honest review. So this thing is the Goovis Art HMD. It's a portable OLED headset that mimics a giant screen on your face, and it's perfect for movies, and it's great for casual gaming too, like playing on a Nintendo Switch, or any game that you wouldn't mind keeping under 60 FPS, because this is only a 60 hertz display. But it's super comfortable. All the weight is on my forehead, if you can see that. Nothing is on my nose. And I know this looks like a dentist's headlight that he looks down your throat with, and you might get a couple of stares, but it's extremely comfortable. And after a couple hours of watching a movie, when the theater is literally on your face, you need the most comfortable product you can get. I'm giving away an Oculus Quest 2 at 20,000 subscribers, and I'm giving away a PS5 at 30,000 subscribers. We're getting really close. We're within 1,000 subscribers away. All you guys gotta do to be a winner is hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you're alerted to every new video, because within the next couple months, I imagine we're gonna hit 20,000 subscribers, and then one of you is gonna win an Oculus Quest 2. So make sure you guys subscribe, but let's get back to the video. So inside the box, you're gonna find the HMD itself, a USB cable, a carrying case, and a microfiber cloth. Unboxing is really plain and simple, and there's nothing too exciting here when you open it for the first time. So the display is 1080p, and it's got a really fast response time because it's OLED. Now, the major concern with wearing XR glasses and AR glasses that have a movie theater built into the screen is the weight and the comfortability. The Goovis Art HMD is only 110 grams. And if you've ever wore a VR headset that's kind of like just mounted to your forehead where the weight is directly off of your nose, then you're gonna find that 110 grams is extremely light. Now, I'm not using the actual stock head strap. This head strap is called a zero pressure head strap. It's only $60. You can get on their website. I'll have every link that I mentioned below in the description. But it's kind of like a VR head strap. You have this whole spinning wheel at the back that will lock and unlock your head. Makes it really easy to get a very comfortable fit every time. And basically, this device connects to any device that allows display out through USB-C through one cable mounted up here on the right. Super simple to plug in even when you're wearing the device. On the other side of the device right here, there's also a headphone jack. So you have the option to plug in wired headphones directly, or you could use Bluetooth headphones with whatever device that you're using. But as I was saying, the Goovis Art HMD connects to any device with USB-C with one cable, and that's all you need is just one cable. And immediately your screen's gonna turn on, and all you gotta do is just fold down the little screen. You'll be greeted to your vertical home screen, and then you can slide it horizontally, and then you have a massive screen in front of your face. Now, the field of view is only 40 degrees, but it does allow you to get up to a 110-inch screen viewed from about 4 meters away. There's no follow mode, there's no anchor mode, there's no picture-in-picture mode. Now, like some competitor HMDs or XR glasses or AR glasses, whatever you want to call them, there's no electrochromic dimming. You don't really need it because it's just all black beyond this screen. You can't see anything in this little space of your vision, just black and a screen that's about this big in front of your face. And I know a lot of people don't like devices that don't have an IPD adjustment slider. This does. This actually has a setting right here that allows you to pull the screen back and forth depending on what your IPD level is. Once you get it, there's a little lock button up here that you slide to the right, and boom, your screen is locked in place. It's not gonna move. And because of the space in front of the HMD, it does allow you to have glasses on, or it does have two little adjusters on each side that allow you to go to a negative 3.5 myopia. So you're not going to have to rely on your glasses. You can wear them if you want, but you can really get a really precise custom viewing experience depending on what your eye level is at. And the IPD adjustment slider goes between 58 millimeters and 74 millimeters. Now let's talk more about the display, because that's the main reason you'd want to buy this, right? So as I was saying, this is a 1080p OLED display. It gives you a 40-degree field of view, and it allows for a 110-inch display on your face. You can't really customize the screen size. Disappointing, I know, but really 110 inches from 4 meters away is not too big, not too small. And the good thing about that is, like I said, this doesn't take you out of the world. So you get a full screen around your eyes, but you can still see everything in your peripheral vision. This is great for somebody who wants to wash the dishes, maybe go on a walk outside. But let's say you wanted to be more discreet. It actually has a hat that you can attach the HMD through the hole right here, and then you can pretty much hide the entire display under the bill of the hat, and you pretty much just have a baseball hat on with a wire dangling down, and way less people are gonna know that you're even watching something. Now, the 40-degree field of view and 110 display max might be a deal breaker for some. It's not gonna be for everyone. If you're looking for a bigger display that you can customize, this might not be the product for you. But for someone who wants to really focus on the outside world around them and also watch their content at the same time, this is gonna be a great option. Let's say you have kids, let's say you have responsibilities, let's say you have a wife that wants you to be able to maintain attention on her, but also you can still maintain attention on your content. I'm sure some of you out there are actually gonna ask about the screen's color accuracy. Now, with it being an OLED, you'd expect it to have true blacks and a pretty accurate color palette, right? I slightly think that it is a tad more saturated than what the content that it is displaying on the screen. It's kind of sad that it's not showing that I'm playing GTA 5 right here for you, because there's no way for me to show you and like get a more detailed comparison. But because I've been playing GTA 5 a lot recently, it just slightly looks a bit more saturated than the game on the display here itself. And that's not because of the OLED. The OLED has really nice dark blacks, but the colors I just think are barely slightly off. It's not a deal breaker at all, especially for you guys that aren't even going to notice the 2 to 3% difference. I do, because I'm a tech reviewer. I just got to mention that so you guys know. But the really cool thing about this device is no matter how bright it is outside, it doesn't matter, because you can look directly at the sun or soft boxes or whatever you have, and you're not going to see any light because there's no visible display behind the screen. It's just one black square. So you don't need electrochromic dimming, and you don't need a follow mode, because no matter where you go, the screen just follows you. I wish there was an anchor type of mode where you just like press a button and lock the screen in front of you in place, so that way if your head jiggles, the screen doesn't jiggle with you. That is a little annoying, but it's not a big deal, especially if you're sitting somewhere straight. Let's say if you're sitting in a chair or sitting on a plane or laying in bed at night. And the great thing about laying in bed is you're not gonna even have the weight of your glasses or HMD on your face. It's all gonna be on your forehead, and at that point, you don't even notice the weight at all. Now, this does have built-in speakers, and it's not bad at all. It gets to be about as loud as the ROG Ally here. Let's see, I can shoot some. Yeah, it's not bad at all. And it does come with the headphone jack right here on the side as well. But I'm always just going to opt for a Bluetooth connection, because Bluetooth doesn't connect directly to the HMD. It's going to connect directly to the device you're using it on. And because this device is so versatile when it comes to having audio, connecting to any device that you need with a USB-C out for display, you can really connect anything you need to, such as the new iPhones, pretty much any Android, handheld gaming PCs like the ROG Ally, a Nintendo Switch, or laptops with HDMI out. And if you do need an HDMI out, then Goovis has you covered with their HC 2.0 HDMI to Type-C connector. It's about $70 on their website. I think you can get it on Amazon as well. I'll have it linked in the description below. This little dongle is all you need. It's got one side for the HDMI in, another for display out and power. And let's say you have a Google Pocket TV, or you want to use something like Goovis's D4 media player, which is just as great. I actually really love this because it has a port for your micro USB, so you can add whatever movie you want to this. But basically, this is a little Android Pocket TV, and it has its own 8,000 milliamp hour battery, so that way you can charge the device that you're using at the same time as you're using it. And a cool little thing I figured out is you can actually take a port that charges the Android TV device itself, and you could plug it into the little DC power outlet right here on the Goovis HMD adapter. And then you can plug in the HMD itself into the other port, turn it on from the top. You got a portable battery device that's actually giving power to the HMD, and it has the Android TV inside of it. So if you wanted to just completely use this separately from your phone, you could use your phone like normal, So you don't have to drain your phone's battery. You can just have this set up, which is pretty cool and pretty convenient because now I have a TV remote. I can go through Android TV. I can go to Amazon. I can go to YouTube. I can go to Netflix. And not only does it give me about 6 to 8 hours of battery, but now I don't have to drain battery from my phone. And I have a TV remote now for a literal TV experience. And another thing about the D4 media player, it allows for Bluetooth connection. So you don't have to use a wired connection for your headphones. You can directly connect AirPods to this device. I did that yesterday and I was watching movies pretty much wirelessly just with one cable. And I was still able to see my phone, completely use it. I could take a call, I could take a FaceTime, and all I gotta do to get out of the device is just flip it up. And I even see more of the world around me. And if I'm done, I just flip it right back down and I go right back to my movie. Now, watching content in this is great. Whether you wanna watch TV or movies, that's awesome. Especially with the Android TV D4 media player, this is awesome. Whether you're an old head or a youngin' or an unk, as the kids like to say these days, this is a great option because everybody knows how to work a TV controller. But where this product really shines for me, the 3D setting on the side here. It's got a 3D setting button that you just click once and then boom, it's in 3D mode. And you could go to a web browser on the Android TV D4 device, or you could download 3D movies to a micro SD card slot right here, and you can have perfect 3D movies on your face. I'm talking VR headset quality 3D on your face. It's mind-blowing. This is where the product really shines for me. If you are looking for a headset that will have a true perfect 3D mode, then look no further because this is it. It's perfect. The 3D quality is incredible. It amazes me how good it is compared to some other competitor options that I've recently used and reviewed. The 3D on here is amazing. I wish video games had an option for a 3D setting because if it did, I would use this all the time to play 3D games on the HMD. Now, speaking of games, like I said, since this does have a 60 hertz display max, you're gonna be limited to 60 frames per second. Now, that's okay if you're playing on a Nintendo Switch or you're watching a movie or TV show, but if you're a competitive gamer and you want to play games past 60 hertz, it doesn't matter even if you're using frame generation on an ROG Ally, the display is max at 60 hertz. So it's only gonna show you 60 frames per second max. This is okay for your Mario games, your RPGs, but not your Call of Duties, not your racing simulators. Depending on if you are okay with 60 frames per second max, that's really the only downside of this device. I really wish it was 120 hertz because if it was, it would be so much more viable for any and every game that you would want to play. Input latency is another thing you'd want to consider. This HMD isn't ideal for competitive gaming or racing simulators. Still, I'd recommend this HMD for immersive single-player games because it delivers an awesome first-person view experience. So who's this product for at the end of the day? Well, if you're a movie lover, then this is going to be perfect for you because it's like you have your own personal cinema anywhere you go. Casual gamers, fantastic. If you don't want some weight on your nose while you're gaming in long 4 to 5 hour gaming sessions, this is gonna put all the weight on your forehead and you're basically not gonna feel anything because it's so light at 110 grams that you barely notice that it's there. Travelers are gonna love this because it's super simple to use and get in and out of in a plane. Say you wanted to focus on something around you, you could just flip it up and get in or out of the movie. And for those of you that wanna use something like this for productivity, this would be a great device as well. Depending on how big you want your screen to be, like I said, you're gonna be locked in at a 100-inch screen at about 4 meters away. There's not much customization there, but if you're okay with the 60 hertz display, if you're okay with the saturation being just slightly darker than what you'd see on your phone screen itself, and if you're not put off by the lack of 120 hertz display mode like some competitors that may come in a smaller form factor, then I think you'll like this product. At the end of the day, it's really comfortable. Whether you're using their special hat to hook it through the bill and directly have it sit like this on your face, or if you want to pick up something like the zero pressure head strap, this is great because it takes all the weight off your forehead and it makes it really comfortable, especially if you're going to be in long gaming sessions. See, it's got some padding on the front and it really keeps you in a comfortable state while you're using it. I'd say this HMD is more comfortable than a majority of the XR glasses that I've used so far that show a display in front of you because no weight is going to be on your face. You're going to be able to enjoy hours and hours. As long as your device is powering the HMD, you're going to have an enjoyable experience. But if you're looking for higher refresh rates, built-in electrochromic dimming, a built-in microphone to take calls, or a smaller form factor, then you may want to look into other options, especially other options that I've recently reviewed on my channel. Because right now, the price point is like $460, $470 for the HMD. I believe the head strap that I just showed you is like $70. And all the other things I showed in this video are optional, and you could use them with any pair of glasses or HMD, really anything. And then you'll have your HMD able to connect to a console or really any device that you need that has an HDMI and no USB-C. So with that said, I want to know you guys' thoughts in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts because as you guys know, these products are becoming pretty mainstream at this point. And in the future, they're only going to get better and probably smaller. So I want to know you guys' thoughts on where your head's at. Would you pick up a head-mounted display like the Goovis Art, or would you rather pick up a pair of glasses that would give you maybe 120 hertz but sit on your nose? But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. I tried to be really impartial about this review. But guys, that's the end of the review. Let me know what you thought. I hope you guys learned something useful. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. It really helps me for the YouTube algorithm. And let me know in the comments, what do you think about head-mounted displays versus the glasses form factor? I'm really curious on what you guys think, and I want to know your thoughts. So let me know. I read every single comment I get, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.